Whether to celebrate the death and resurrection of Christ as a symbol of salvation to mankind or a getaway from a busy work schedule, Easter remains an important day to many. For Christians, it is a symbolic day as they believe Jesus was crucified, died and was buried. And on the third day, he rose again so that mankind could be saved from eternal damnation.
The resurrection of Jesus is one of the highest feast or solemnity that the church can ever have, because we remember when Jesus conquered death and he rose. And the resurrection of the Lord brings to us a new meaning in that we need to begin living a new life.
Easter season begins on Ash Wednesday, which is the beginning of Lent, the last 40 days, where Christians reflect on their way of life in remembrance of a time when Jesus went into the wilderness and fasted for a similar period of time, despite being tempted.
When you read the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, you will get the true meaning how the Israelites celebrated the Passover. And for us, this is a kind of a Passover, because we are remembering Jesus who went through a lot of passion, a lot of suffering.
And at the end of 40 days of fasting, a service is organized to celebrate the last meal and the feet of 12 people washed, just as Jesus washed the feet of 12 of his disciples.
But when Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, and actually he was telling his disciples that they should go and do the same as he did to them. And it is an invitation. It was an invitation to the disciples that they should always do acts of charity, and we are the disciples today.
3 days after the death of Christ, Easter Sunday is celebrated.
We should now collectively take responsibility for actions and hold our leaders to account for their actions. But what we are seeing now is that we are retrogressing. We are going back to where we have come from. But above all, I wish every Kenyan peace, and we should remember the passion of Jesus Christ. He died for us so that we can have salvation and justice.
It's fun because we are celebrating as family and all of us are happy. We are just happy to be together, and Easter is enjoyable.
As Christians mark the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, traders have found a way to commercialize the day and earn extra coins. A tour into town revealed a majority of shops were offering Easter holiday sales.
Now, wanafunzi wamefunga shule, so kutoka kesho Sunday, wateja naona watakuwa wengi.
And well, if you thought that was it, well, you're wrong. Clearly, you can see so much was done as part of the decoration and festivities of Easter. This is the Easter bunny, and right on the other side are the Easter eggs. The eggs and the rabbits often associated with Easter because they're a symbol of new life and fertility. Although the ideologies for the day are at a point of departure, one thing is common for both Christians and other groups that commemorate the day, viewing it as a new stage of life or a stage to be a better person. As 100 celebrate Easter around the world, what does Easter mean to you? Happy Easter! Rose Gakwo for Channel 1 Weekend.